Hello everyone, welcome to 2019 and welcome to my brand new channel, W Sports, where I'll be talking about just issues that I want to talk about in the sports world and other things like that. So basically how these episodes are gonna go is I'll just kind of recap what's gone on the past day, talk about like scores and stuff, talk about how my teams have done, and then I'll try to hit on some pressing issue that I'd like to talk about. And then, so this, it's pretty much broken down into segments. We've got a segment for like each little sport or league. We've got the issue segment at the end, and hopefully later on, as we get this channel up and running, we will have guests for that segment. But yeah, sorry if this video quality is going to be a little poor for the first few episodes. I am learning as I go. So if you have any suggestions for me as to how I can improve this, feel free to leave a comment down below. So, who am I? I am a student at James Madison University. So obviously on this channel we'll be talking about stuff going on with JMU sports, football, basketball, baseball, stuff like that. Also, something I should let you know, this scenery that you're going to see behind me is not, it's going to be here for the first few episodes, but it's going to change once we get to our more normal filming location. Because we're in Northern Virginia right now, but once we get to Harrisonburg, things should start getting up to speed. But anyway, so you'll probably figure out where my allegiances lie as we go through, but yeah, let's just get started and hopefully this goes well. So, starting in the NHL, Vancouver Canucks, my team. Oh boy, that was a not fun game yesterday, as you know, the Canucks lost 4-0 to the New Jersey Devils. It was a bit of a frustrating game to watch as a Canucks fan. The offense struggled a lot, especially once we got off the Pettersson-Besser line. It just, I mean, it's been a problem all year, but oh boy. And then Anders Nilsson. I hate this man. I hate him. I mean, is there anything we can do to get rid of him at this point? Seriously, like, I didn't know it was possible to have two goalies who were so opposite in terms of skill level. Because, I mean, Markstrom's been solid for us the past month, and I'd almost rather have him the rest of the season and not have a backup option than to have Nelson right now, because he's lost his past like 8 or 9 starts. It's not been pretty. But I don't know. Maybe we should just call up Thatcher Demko or sign someone from waivers, but Nilsson's got to go. We are 2 points out of the wild card though, so, and we are doing better than expected, so I don't have a lot to complain about, but still, it's just depressing to be on such a good run of form and to have it all go away because one idiot in the goal. Right, on to college basketball. Not much really happened. Gonzaga won, dispatching Cal State Bakersfield by a score of 89-54. In the NBA, not sure. I don't really follow the NBA that much, but I noticed the Kings are 1 game out of the playoffs, which is kind of surprising. Moving on to bowl games. Virginia Tech lost. And yay. It's just kind of funny to see. You know, they scheduled that game against Marshall, last game of the year, because of the Hurricanes to try to get into those bowls. They won that game and then lost the bowl. So It's just kind of nice to see them get just desserts. NC State got pounded by Texas A&M, and Stanford eked out a 1-point victory over Pitt. As far as soccer goes, today marks the season of fear for one of my clubs that I follow a lot, Ajax. Oh boy. Yeah. Transfer period. It's always a fun time for Ajax fans, just seeing all your talented players walk out the door because you don't have as much money as other clubs. But hopefully we can hold on to Frankie de Jong, Matthijs de Ligt, and others. But anyway, moving on to the NFL, where we see that a quarter of the NFL is now looking for a head coach. Black Monday, it hit hard. Joining the Browns and Packers in a head coach search will be the Dolphins, the Bengals, the Broncos, the Cardinals, the Jets, and the Bucs. And the Cardinals one is kind of surprising to me after just one season. You'd think they'd give him some breathing room, some room to kind of figure things out, but that's clearly not the case. I will go deeper into that in future episodes and future issue segments. But as far as the NFL goes, the Carolina Panthers, my team, Ron Rivera appears to be staying, which is a good thing. Hopefully we'll be able to hold on to Cam Newton, and then maybe we'll fire a GM. That's what I'm hoping for. He's kind of the one where I'm seeing the problems from right now. But anyway, moving on to the playoffs. So this is going to be the point of the show where I make some bold predictions. And those, my friends that know me know, I like making these kinds of bold predictions. So let's go on to it. I have the Colts beating the Texans because the Colts are on a roll right now. I have the Ravens over the Chargers because the Ravens are also really hot. Bears, solid defense. I don't see Philly getting past. And then the Seahawks over the Cowboys. Moving on, I have the Colts over the Chiefs because, again, just the Colts are on a roll. I also have the Ravens over the Pats for the same reasons. Rams, I have beating the Bears. I know I talked about their defense over the Eagles, but it's a repeat. It would be a repeat matchup if it were to happen, and I think the Rams have learned from the mistakes they made in that regular season meeting. The Seahawks I have over the Saints because the Saints have looked a little suspect lately, and Seahawks know how to play in harsh environments because their own stadium is a pretty harsh environment. Moving on to the championship games, I have the Rams and the Colts moving on to the Super Bowl with the Rams winning the Super Bowl. So yeah, those are the teams I have now jinxed. Moving on to the issue segment with JMU football. Yes, it's been a very, very, very interesting offseason in JMU football. A little bit of a disappointing season and going 8-3 and then not getting to the quarterfinals, but there were still some good things to see from this season, some things to learn. Obviously, Mike Houston is now gone. He went to East Carolina, and oh boy, East Carolina fans, be happy. You have an excellent coaching staff heading your way. I'm interested to see what Houston does with that program. It'll just be an interesting time. But we have already hired that replacement, Coach Signetti. Before we hired him, it was him, Harris Simiak, and Dan Patrick that were kind of the leading three candidates that I saw. And then for me, really, the decision came down to what kind of offense we wanted to run with our team and with the talent that we had. Because it's not like we needed a drastic change of philosophy, but now Coach Signetti is going to have free reign over the philosophy of JMU. And we can already kind of take a look by the hirings he's made. We've hired defensively Maine's defensive coordinator and defensive backs coach, which means defense is going to be solid as always. I'm excited to see this defense next year. And then the real question mark is around the offense. What kind of offense we're going to run. Under Coach Houston and Donnie Kirkpatrick, we ran kind of a spread offense. But watching when Signetti came with Elon, he kind of ran this fancy run pass option that worked really well against our defense. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens with that. As far as the quarterback situation, what this means for the quarterback situation. We've got 3 excellent quarterbacks, Cole, Ben, and Gage. Cole Johnson is a bit of a pocket passer. Yeah, he's been good for us when we've called upon him. But the ones I really see vying for the starting job are Gage Maloney and Ben DiNucci. And it'll be all about what kind of offense we run, from what I'm thinking. Now, the 2 of them are very different quarterbacks. Ben DiNucci is a more short passing, very accurate, but as he has to throw longer distances, his throws get less accurate. Whereas Gage is more of a sling the ball really hard, throw it really far downfield type quarterback who's really accurate for long range, but because of how hard he throws the ball, it's going to be hard for receivers to make those plays on those short passes. So it's really going to depend upon what kind of offense we run. If it's going to be more about downfield passing, I see Gage as the starting quarterback. If we go with more of the shorter passing, it's going to be DiNucci. But yeah, just watch out for JMU this next season. I feel like this next season is going to be big for us with this new philosophy, and I think it might elevate us to, say, an NDSU level. But anyway, that's it for this episode. That's all I had. As I said, later on we will have guest appearances. If you would like to appear on this show, I'm working on a guest application. Once I get that out, I will let you know, and I will post those in the description. If you have any comments or suggestions to how we can improve this, please let me know. Also, if you have any questions, I would love to answer your questions. It would help pad out these videos, give some more content for you, and then it would just be a good segment, I think. So if you have any questions that you would like me to answer, please comment those down below. And then please like, subscribe, and support me as we try to grow this channel. See you on the next video. Bye.